wind screams across the barren tundra. As the heavens rage and twist, threatening death at every moment. To make an impact on the crowd and going unrewarded for all their... What will come of their injuries? What's more, should they survive all of that?
What will they do with the roar? Find out.
Hello and welcome once again to the FwdCompatible podcast. This is episode 81, part 1 for August 25th, 2013. My name's Tony and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Jason, Mark, and Brian. I was looking at the camera and I'm trying to figure out which way they're going to be looking at us, and I'm pretty sure I screwed it up.
No,
Jason,
Mark, and Brian.
No, that's right. I'm trying to reverse it because I was like, Jason, Mark, and Brian. That's what I did. Yeah, it was confusing. Anyway, how's everybody's week been?
Full-time work sucks.
Oh, does it?
No, it's all right.
I
actually had a glorious time at my new job. So.
We got some Mexican fire on the way over here, and some Taco Bell, and
Mexican fire.
We were talking about it. He's like, "Wow, dude,
you gotta do it in quotes."
He's like, this full-time shit sucks. I'm like, yeah, it really does.
4 days a week. It's all right. I don't have to deal with like a quarter of the bullshit, though. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you on the floor? Or are you in the back? Or
I'm in the back. I basically take returns for electronic, and half the time it's bathrooms back there, or the other like quarter. At 40% of it will be the appliance services right down there.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the time I take returns and troubleshoot shit. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I like it. It's fun. Get paid more. Everyone there's cool.
I'm not even tracking the audio.
Good for you.
You should track audio.
Anything, Brian? We haven't seen you in a month.
Yeah.
What's been new and exciting?
All my classrooms are set up.
Oh yeah.
So kids are learning and
not just FaceTime.
And
the educational
one
system
kid is, and the rest of them are making fun of the one kid.
The educational system in this country is going down the shitter, and I blame Brian.
Because the computers weren't set.
Bringing it down from the inside. No. Every classroom that I did was up and running before school started.
I'm bringing it down from the inside. How about yourself, good sir?
Well,
you couldn't have done that for me.
I had a pretty busy week.
School's all fun.
I wasn't working then.
Wait for it.
I had a pretty busy week producing our first video review.
Yes.
Which is live now.
Yes.
Yes.
It was he did an exceptional job. Much like the show, I did the least amount of work. I did on this one. Mark.
I actually had no part of this.
Mark contributed 0 on that.
0.
I did the voiceover. Jason did all the mixing and
Angry Andy did the gameplay footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was good.
You can find that on our YouTube page, on iTunes and Stitcher, and on our official FwdCompatible page under Fireside Chats, and it's listed currently on the main page on gengame.net.
Tis true.
Yep.
Yeah. I had an interesting week as well, but
watch that shit.
Much of it is not proper podcast talk.
Diarrhea.
What was her name? No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
So, but it was a good week. I had a good week. So, I suppose we kick off the show with our weekly roundtable and catch everybody up on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke.
Cool. Well, this was a release week for the first time in what felt like forever. So
no, there's been a lot of releases. They just weren't very good games.
So this was the first good release week in months. So literally, I did a little bit of Splinter Cell, I think this week maybe I brought that down because like right now I'm like, meh, it's on the lower end of my favorites for Splinter Cells. But hopefully maybe if I have a day off and then like I don't want to sleep, maybe I'll like it better. Otherwise, Saints Row 4 is awesome. You should go get that. It's fun, sandboxy.
You just keep
and...
saying that because you just have nobody to play with.
No, I don't mind.
What does it play like? Does it play like more? I've never played any of the Saints Row games.
It's probably like a really big Saints Row 3 expansion, right?
I haven't played any. I've never played
Saints
any.
Row, don't go back and play 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably fine
They're good games. They're
back
good.
when they came out. No, they're not anymore. They're
No, I only played the first one like a while back. They're still fun.
I don't like Grand Theft Auto. Well, I
no,
like
Saints Row 3 is
Probably the
it's
exact opposite.
Is
it
Okay.
steals some things from Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, you can steal cars. Even some of the button
But, like,
schematics are the same.
But like, is the playstyle the same? Like, if you were driving a car in Grand Theft Auto and then you went and drove a car in Saints Row, would it feel the same? Or would
No.
it feel
No,
different?
well,
feels very-
yes and no, because they're both very arcadey and bullshitty and not really
Grand Theft
super
Auto 4 was very realistic in a bad way.
boring.
Boring in a bad way. Saints Row, you
Terrible
can go,
side
like,
missions.
You know, every car has NOS, and you know.
Don't
you
want to
can-
go bowling with my girlfriend on a date.
I want to go golfing with Mark.
We're gonna do that in like a month.
Because
Yeah.
it plays a lot like Crackdown, doesn't it? In terms of like getting powers. And blowing
In the
yourself up and
fourth
stuff like
one,
that?
yes.
Yeah.
The third one,
Play
no.
the third one. The third one's fun, dude.
Third one's fun.
The
Fourth
third
one,
one was a PlayStation Plus game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yes, it was. At one
So
point.
maybe
was.
I have it already downloaded and just have to try it.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I think you'll like it. It is a sandbox game. That's pretty much where the similarities stop. And you can steal cars and beat people up, but like they're
Giant purple dildo bat.
Well, yeah,
Why you gotta
I've
ruin
seen
stuff
it.
like that?
Ruining it.
I've been on the internet. I know that there's a giant.
It's
purple dildo
it's a
bat.
fun game. It's
Furries.
funny. It's good stuff.
The fourth
Hulk
one's a lot
Hogan.
nerdier, actually. Like they have a bunch of references. Like you can turn your pistol into Han Solo's pistol, and it's like an ion blaster, and there's a bunch of like nerdy references throughout like the whole thing. It's pretty good. I like it. It's a sandbox game, and it makes you have fun. Like
He
it's-
doesn't mention the most nerdiest reference in the game, and that's that the game has its own matrix.
Oh yeah, like it's
I seem to
the
recall hearing
With a
that.
toilet coming after you.
yeah. The toilets have attacked me already. And there's like really, I don't know if there was like meant to be like this way, but like one of the missions is like everyone has giant heads, or for some reason their eyes are like 20 times, or their arms are completely broken and they're like stretched out, and like I don't know what the heck it
The
was.
game will cheer you up. Like if
Basically, it's great
you
fun.
can't help but laugh. It's just fun.
So you're saying if you just beat Last of Us, go play Saints Row because
Yeah.
it'll cheer you up.
Yeah, you really will. Like
It'll
it's-
bring you back. It'll bring you
I
back
think
to the
Saints Row
level.
3 probably had a better
Everything.
charm about it, I guess, with its humor. Ooh, charm.
I'm gonna go with Charm.
But 4 is still a ton of fun just because of all the additions. There's a ton of stuff in there too. Like it's surprising. It's not really expansion in any way. It's going to be a longer game than 4 was. I can already tell.
Then 3.
Yeah. Yes. Longer than 3. Anthony's penis.
Well,
He's just
Obviously.
sucking that Saints Row dick, you hear him?
obviously.
I've had much more fun with it than I did with my Splinter Cell purchase so far. So.
Brian, you play anything cool?
Well, I finally got some Pikmin in.
What do you think? You're the only one that owns.
I like
The
it.
one game I would buy.
It's some fun puzzles. There's a nice little element where you can control multiple characters at once. So you can set someone. You can tell like one person to go somewhere and work on multiple things at once, which is
Yeah.
nice. Because there's some pretty big levels. And there's a pretty strict time limit, which is challenging to keep into sometimes. I like it. I would say if you've got a Wii U, it's the one game to get. I also played the Wonderful 101 demo, and that was a lot less inspiring.
It doesn't look very good
I
for
was
the
hoping-
amount of like hype and shit
well,
that's
it-
going around
because
it.
It's the only like new game.
Do you know
It
that was,
doesn't
it was
look that
supposed to
good.
be instead of like the generic superheroes?
Uh-huh.
It was supposed to be Nintendo characters originally.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced that this week. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be like
It
Mario,
would have been more fun that way.
Peach,
The controls are. It's weird because like sometimes you have to do stuff with the right stick to make a shape on the screen. Sometimes you have to use your finger on the tablet. You could. You wouldn't get much out of it. You could try it.
Boss
They
defeated.
line up in that
Cheat
shape,
code.
and that wouldn't do anything.
Master
like, it
Blaster.
It unlocks God mode.
It's not very
Little
good
kids
detecting what you're
discovering
doing,
it.
So it was a little frustrating. I haven't completely written it off. I might play the demo again, but there's a chance after playing the demo I won't buy it, and I had it reserved. So that's
That's
not
not great.
No, I always want to give them a chance because Platinum Games is always like there's one good thing, but then like something else kills it for me. Like I really liked Beautiful Joe, which is like one of their earliest games.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it gets way too hard, way too quickly.
I like their art style.
You don't know what Beautiful Joe is?
Oh.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Beautiful Joe was really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Tony's got homework now. He's got to go play Beautiful Joe.
It's like
Or Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
It's like a brawler, but you're being like you're kind of playing as if
It's
you're
like
being
you,
filmed.
and then there's a
So you
T.
slow down time to like accent
Oh.
moves or speed up time to do like
Somewhere
combos.
in there.
It's interesting,
Beautiful Joe is awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
but it gets hard really quick.
Yeah.
What's it for?
GameCube and
Oh,
PS2.
PS2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're completely right.
And I
remember the
picked
case.
up Dragon's Crown for Vita, which is
Meh.
I
Were you
wasn't
impressed?
even-
Were you impressed by the feminine chesticles?
no, I did not like the visual style of the game. It goes too far. I don't mind pretty girls, but this is like almost like creepy.
Which game is this?
Dragon's Crown. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that they actually did that in there.
It's a little creepy.
Dude, the one, what is
The
it? The
sorceress?
Amazon?
Well, the Amazon is like
Dude, she got like thunder thighs.
no, not Thunder Thighs. Like the entirety
Ghetto
of Thunder
booty.
Thighs.
And then
the
ghetto booty.
entirety,
Yeah.
and then ghetto
Like-
booty.
and it jiggles.
Like take Chun-Li from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Yeah.
And quadruple it.
Well, there you go.
It's too much. It's just
The image
goofy.
She
implanted.
got like Hulk Hogan legs.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's too much.
Poor Hulk.
The gameplay is
Second
okay.
Hulk Hogan
I chose to
reference.
play as a magic user, which makes the game kind of too hard. And leveling up is kind of goofy. They kind of restrict how much you can level up. Like you get skill points for every mission you complete. You can get like one bonus per level up, but you only get certain skill points at certain levels. So like as a magic user, you're very heavily constrained in what you can do. It makes it very hard to play as a magic user. It kind of feels like an artificial difficulty thing.
How dare they?
Cool. I did some Battle Block Theater.
I love that game.
Yeah, you can't play it anymore, so nobody cares.
What a dick.
A little bit. I
It's
did
hateful.
more Injustice on my iPad, and I unlocked General Zod. And I did a little bit more Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I got a story about that.
Still haven't spent any money on it.
Nice.
Yep.
Also,
Also,
have you beat it all, by the way?
no. I need 30 stars to unlock the West, the Wild West stage.
Is
And
that
I've
like
got-
the last act or something?
Yeah, and I've got.
Or
and I've
how
got,
many dollars?
I don't know. I didn't look. I completely like.
Fistful of dollars.
Like, I mean, the cool thing about the game is they don't really like beat down the microtransactions there. They're there, but they don't force them on you. So you can, again, I spoke about it, I believe, last week. You can still, with exception of one plant, which I still don't know which plant it is, but you can unlock every plant in the game without spending any money.
Okay.
There's one special plant that you have to buy. But
See, I just wish that all these microtransaction games would offer like, and some of them do, some kind of
A
where it's
$30 let
free.
me buy it all now.
Well, $30 let me buy it all now, or like a $10 increase the rate at which you gain things.
yeah.
Because they design the game in such a way that you don't have to spend money, but you're pushed to spend money because you're impatient. And I'm impatient, and I'm willing to give them a little bit of money because I think that they should get paid for their work, but not the way that they want to get paid. I can't be with that. I can't work with that.
Or they could just charge $60 and give a game away like they used to.
One other interesting note, since we brought up Last of Us, I was looking at our statistics from Brian's page, from the Impoverished Geek page for where we host our podcast. We actually, in the search results, somebody searched out The Last of Us and got a hit from us on it. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yes. Tony's like, what does that mean? I mean, somebody was on the Googles.
I got it.
And typed in The Last of Us and found us. And
We should
listened to us.
we should do a blacklist on The Last of Us.
Whenever you guys are ready.
I think we were waiting on you for the longest time.
Yeah, we were.
I said, yeah, but then
I know.
almost
Then
played it.
we said that time.
As for myself,
Nobody cares.
a little further. I beat Ratchet and Clank 1 again, but now I'm going back and collecting the bolts and shit from that mishap that happened 3 weeks ago.
and I
so I'm
couldn't
gonna-
save you.
I'm gonna get the platinum on that bitch. The only one I see being a problem is the hoverboard race. You have
That
to,
takes a long time. That's the only hard one.
I'm like 2 seconds over unlocking the trophy, and I don't know how to shave any more time.
Are you cutting corners?
I'm
like
doing everything perfect. I'm hitting every speed thing. I'm cutting
that
the
point,
2
it's-
corners that are cuttable. Like, I don't know how to shave any time.
Are you doing the one where you have to, like, you jump over the pipes and then make the turn right before, like, the end? Well, not before. I don't know.
No, not the one with the hidden, where you go through the 3 rings and you unlock the one to the right. No, it's the first one. Just trust me.
No. I know what I was talking about. I'll just show you because I don't know a good way of explaining it. There's one jump where you can probably cut off another 2 or 3 seconds that I'm not sure if you're doing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, either way, it's just hard regardless, though. That's the hardest thing in that game.
Almost done. I put in a ton of time on my crushing mode of Uncharted Golden Abyss. I have like
1 chapter.
I have like 6 chapters left. No, I went from like 12 to 26 like in
Nice.
2 days.
Nice.
And I think
You're basically 1 play session away.
If
sounds like.
memory serves, there's 32 or 34 chapters in that game, so I'm really close to the end.
Nice.
And I got in the Killzone Vita beta.
I think everybody with the Vita gets into the Killzone.
No, it's stopped. Well, I didn't get in the first thing, and then I got invited a week earlier.
So if you download it, you can't just play it. You have to actually. Oh.
No, hold on. So first it was you had to apply for it, and I applied and got denied. I got in the second run, but that was lame because then 3 days later they opened the floodgates to everybody with a PlayStation Plus membership.
Okay.
So if you're just a standard PlayStation user without PlayStation Plus, you still can't get in the beta.
Okay.
But I only got in like 3 days earlier than everybody else, and I applied for it months ago. But anyway, I've been playing through that game. It is excellent. They finally made a good FPS on a handheld.
Nice.
Did you try it out, or did you just
No, I
download it?
downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, because I texted him right away to
Go
try.
get it.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
The mic should shift over that way about 3-4 inches.
Pardon the stand-up.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Because it technically should be between you two.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
about all we want between us, if you know what I'm saying.
Big silver phallic object between you two.
Yeah, it's better than in your mouth, like it usually is. Talking about the microphone, right?
Yeah, naturally.
Oh, okay, then never
It's
mind.
like covering half my face like this.
I'm surprised nobody commented on you being in a dress shirt and tie last week.
Yeah.
I explained it at the top of the show.
Did you?
Yeah, I talked that I came.
still
I
expect-
came from a family party.
I
You've
still
never
expected
seen this
someone to
game?
be like snappy. He's looking at beautiful Joe.
No.
Jesus Christ.
It was
My
it was
bad,
Like,
I was-
it was one of the big GameCube games. It was one of the
Exactly.
big
I
GameCube
was
exclusives.
playing.
No,
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
playing good games back
It was
then.
well known on the PlayStation.
Boom.
Boom.
That's cool, man.
Ice.
2. Drive by, fuck you.
No, I'll check it out. Dude. I never heard of it. Sorry.
Why?
I will check it out.
I heard of it, just never played
I'll give it the old college
that,
try.
That Cube. Cube never was in my
Yeah,
resident.
that thing rarely got
PlayStation 2.
I was
You know,
playing
just
good
it was
things.
the best-selling system ever.
And
I had PS2.
and I
I was
have-
playing the
I have
good
like-
games.
I have like
What
the
Tony
best
said.
selling
I have like
system ever was
60
the Atari Jaguar.
I have like 60 games on my PS2. None of them are called Beautiful
I
Joe.
had a bunch, yeah. I also wasn't in charge of what I bought basically back then either. So.
Play Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Back then it was 2. 3 came out on this gen. But
Yeah,
yes, I
but
played
he's
it.
in it.
He's in it.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But then again, he looks like, what's his name for Mega Man?
Proto Man.
Yeah. He does kind of look like
He
Proto
does. With a lightning bolt instead of
Man. Yeah.
Dirty, sexy, news,
News!
News!
Whores!
Still, it's news. Borderlands 2 is coming to the Vita. You gonna pick it up?
Maybe.
No, he won't. No, he won't. He's, yeah. No, he won't.
You gonna pick it up?
I would consider it if it was like $25 or $30.
Mm.
If it comes out at 40 or 50, it's not going to
That's
happen.
what I'm saying.
don't
There's
think
no
it
way
will.
that Tony will pay full retail price.
No,
That's-
it's too old.
Borderlands
It's
2.
too
Well,
old.
if you let me explain my maybe, I would get to all this.
No, you don't get to explain nothing. I
Also,
spoke for you.
Jason is just being an obstruction to everything.
Also, I played it on the 360, so I think I'd be more heavily influenced if I had played it on the PS3, and it allowed you to just port everything over and
Yeah.
do it on the go.
Crossplay.
But I don't know. I also
You think
I
crossplay?
didn't like Borderlands 2 as much as Borderlands 1, so I don't
Really?
know.
I would have to agree.
Really?
They kind of they scaled back a lot of the crude humor.
If it was Borderlands 1, I would definitely get it again because I wouldn't mind playing that game again. I liked it a lot better, even if I had to restart. Because, again, I played it on Xbox, so I naturally would have to. But even if I played on PS3, I wouldn't mind if I had to restart that whole game again. PS2's or Borderlands 2 is kind of going to be like, ugh, this
The only-
crap
it's-
again.
The only thing for me is that you can't re-get those same guns. I got so used to having a really high-end gun early in the game. I can't remember what that brand was where it just recharges itself after a few shots. I can't remember the manufacturer. It was awesome. It was like basically I got a god weapon like at level like 17.
You got one of the alien weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm awesome with this game. So not having that would kind of kill it for me.
I miss my. We got to go back and play Borderlands 1 just for shits and giggles.
Well, my glitch guns are gone.
I think I have
Why don't I have
every
my
single.
360?
Have all mine. So.
Yeah, it says my.
I think I have every
Yeah.
single achievement in that game. I finished it off.
Yeah, you did. Without me. And I yelled at you. Because fucking Guillermo fucked up my shit when we were doing the claptrap thing for the panties.
Yeah. Guillermo actually came into my game and we finished that off for me. Yeah, damn it, panties. That was an annoying trophy to get. I'm kind of looking at this as when a Wii U gets a game from a console from a year ago.
A port?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the word.
No, see, this is interesting. This was fan brought on.
Mm-hmm.
Sony didn't do this.
Really?
This was.
This is what you have to explain.
I'll leave it out because it's another media outlet. But it's one that I watch.
Now you're learning.
And yeah, okay. And they started this off as tweeting a pretty reputable guy in the industry, and but he's like on our end. He's on the reviewing side and stuff. And he's like, you guys. He's like, I don't work for Sony. I don't work for 2K Games.
You get a lot of that.
Like
when you work for those companies.
here, and then he did the at whatever at what's his face from Borderlands,
Randy Pitchford.
Randy Pitchford, and he's like here, and then so this guy just got like 30,000 tweets asking for this. The guy's like, you guys, it's not up to me. Here, tweet this guy, and this like went on, and the fan base kept tweeting at people, and finally they're just like, okay, here, if you guys really want it.
If it's $20, I will buy it day one. If it's $30, I will.
I'm also
buy
pretty
it.
sure it's going to end up coming to PlayStation Plus.
If it's 40 or 50, it's not going to happen. I already bought it on Steam. I already bought the season pass on Steam. I don't want to double buy a game. I don't like doing that. But for $20 or $30, I would do it because it's so cheap. And
It's
affordable.
interesting because of how big that world is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I know a lot of people are a big fan of Persona 4 because it's that game that is on the handheld that you can pour 200-300 hours into.
Yes, you can.
And unfortunately, I don't like that whole art
RPG.
style, that kind of game. It's not my thing.
You sure I say it is like Japanese games?
No, I like Japanese. Just
Konnichiwa,
not
bitches.
It's just not my thing. It's whatever. Everybody's got their opinion, and this seems like something more likely that can consume 200 hours that I can sink.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'd still prefer it to be Borderlands 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, if I can ask a question, if they would have done this at launch, would you have considered it?
Yeah, what I would have done is bought it for the PS3 instead of the Xbox, because I would have assumed at some point you'd
At
either
least
get
cross saves, if not
or double trophy list.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You figure out how to do it on the thing, you plug right into the Vita and do it over there, bam. Or if it has a double trophy list and you upload your save onto your Vita, they auto pop because you already did it in the PS3 version. And you see ding, 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 ding. It's like 15 trophies unlocked. It's fucking hysterical.
Amazing. More news!
More news!
More horse!
Yes, that too. Sony revealed its PS3 to PS4 Pro upgrade. Blah 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 blah. They revealed their upgrade program from the PS3 to the PS4, which is going to allow you basically to buy. The ones they announced was Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, and Call of Duty. Oh, and Watch Dogs. Forget about that one too. And basically, if you buy those, you're going to get the digital version at a significant discount.
I never thought GameStop would be such trendsetters. I know everybody has to make up for it now.
Yeah.
But, like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, GameStop came up with this idea, and now everyone's like, hey, don't worry, we're doing it too. Amazon's fucking
Amazon
doing it.
started
Sony's doing
theirs.
it. It's fucking nuts. Sony's, I'm glad they're offering it to make it look like it gives you a little vote of confidence, but it's by far the worst one.
So far, yeah.
Because you have to keep your game, and they're offering you the digital version on the next-gen system. I think GameStop's, although it's a limited amount of games announced, and right now it's Microsoft only, I believe, right?
As of last week when we were discussing it was.
And I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
new. There's only 5 games, and it's only for the Xbox 360 to Xbox One transition. But theirs is the best. It's like, here, play it for 2 months. Come trade in your physical disc, and for $10 additional, we're going to give you the exact same brand new game resealed up on the next gen system.
Right.
That is by far the best one.
I thought of something. Besides this being a fan service, it also helps them kind of boost and not lose their sales because there's a quarter change in there. So theoretically, you buy Madden this week, that's going to count for their sales for this quarter. When you rebuy Madden
Counts
for
as another
$10
sale.
or whatever, it still counts as another sale. So it does kind of pad the numbers and make them look good. I mean, that's fine and dandy. They're still offering a great service to the consumer, but I was thinking about that.
No, it's true. It's exactly why GameStop started doing it. They're looking at it like, hell yeah, it's going to push double the numbers. We're going to open the floodgates for the used market because they're going to be taking in...
They're going to get people who've never traded before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, why the fuck not? Here you go. We're getting $50 for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
One person who's never traded a game finds out he's going to get $50 for it when he gets to
So
next
GameStop
gen.
makes 2 sales plus a third when they sell the pre-owned game that they just
And
gave
then
you
whatever
2
else
months
they
earlier.
get you when you go into the store.
You know what's funny is Nintendo announced this last 4 or 5 months ago
Really?
for virtual console games.
Yeah.
So any virtual console games that you bought on the Wii, you can upgrade to the Wii U version for like $1.
Yeah, but that was different because you already owned the game. They were
Well,
just
you
like...
already own the game for the PlayStation. It's planning ahead, but it's the same general thing. And I wish that they would do that for the arcade
No, I
games
disagree because these
on
were
the
pre-bought.
PlayStation.
They went back into your arsenal and said you can upgrade virtual console games
Right.
that you already owned.
Well,
These are saying...
anything you buy on the Wii Virtual Console, you could upgrade.
Well, now
on
they're
the
still
Wii U.
doing it.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is for the next few months, when you're going to buy one of these games,
Right.
You don't have to wait that extra month for the new consoles to come out.
Well, no, it's different, but it's a similar
I get
concept
it.
where you can upgrade. I really wish that they would offer this for the arcade games.
Oh god, I do
because
too.
games like Scott Pilgrim, I have not bought Chronicles of Mystara because I don't know what consoles I'm going to be sticking with. I kind of want to get it for the Wii U because I think the Wii U, of all the consoles I currently own, the Wii U will probably be sitting on my shelf the longest. Because at some point I'll probably get rid of the PS3. So to me that says, well, get it for the Wii U.
But are you ever going to turn it on to play it?
But it's not out on the Wii U yet. It's getting delayed because of bugs. I'd buy it for the PS3,
God,
but I don't know how I'm
you
going
know
to
how
have
much
my
money
PS3.
they would make off of me if they allowed me to transfer over all my digital
I would be transferring
arcade games
so many things
over to Xbox One?
I would
Yeah.
pay. I'd pay a few bucks per game to get many of them transferred over.
Yeah.
Journey, Flower, games that we know are getting upgraded anyway, like Flower.
We still can't like completely axe it out because we don't know what's happening with Gaikai.
We don't. That's true. We don't.
Gaikai may charge you for everything again. Gaikai might be like free. Maybe what my idea would be is like, okay, PlayStation Plus is $50 a year, Xbox Live is $60. When Gaikai comes out, you do
Gaikai
like a
is $10
PlayStation Plus Platinum account for $60, which is the same thing as Xbox Live, and that extra $10 gives you full back catalog to Gaikai. Whether they do it like PlayStation Plus is now, where for this month you get these 20 games, next month we'll switch it over or whatever, or if they just give you your entire back catalog.
Yeah.
Or there's another kind of rumors spreading around that they're going to actually go through with what they were doing during the PSP to Vita transformation, where they were saying you can send your UMD to Sony and they will give you a digital code for your Vita.
See, that would be cool as long as they follow through
So
on it this time.
we don't know what's going to happen with
Yeah.
Gaikai. We can't
Yeah,
count
we don't.
any of this out. It might not do any of this shit.
That's
Maybe
true.
you have to completely rebuy every single digital game at full price through Gaikai, and that's just the only way it can go backwards compatible. We just don't know. I don't know.
Well, maybe they should think more forward compatible.
Oh, yeah.
And tell me the damn details.
Stop trying to burn my leg.
Just try to
Shouldn't
cope
I?
you.
Trying to make the podcast more exciting.
Third person to
Who
fall.
wants to get involuntarily punched in the face?
More news!
More horse!
More horses!
What are you,
My-
fucking Gollum?
Yes.
Horses.
Minecraft is actually announced for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and your Vita. There's at least another, I don't know, at least probably 15 million sales.
The Vita version could be really good because you can combine touch with the 2 analog sticks.
Yeah.
Having played Minecraft Pocket Edition, but not the full edition, though you really miss having the
Oh,
triggers.
Jesus, yes, you
Yeah.
do.
But having the touchscreen is nice too for picking stuff out and moving things around.
Yeah.
So, the best of both worlds.
This is the best news for Notch because he will donate it and give all the money basically to his company because he's the best guy in
There's
gaming.
one version that needs to be in there, and that's Wii U.
No. 10 copies sold.
No. I don't. Honestly, it would probably sell really fucking.
It would
well
sell really
on Nintendo.
It would.
It would sell
absolutely.
really well on the Wii.
Yeah, either one.
See,
You could chop them.
My arm, man, my arm hurts so bad. I just keep chopping.
But maybe you could take it so instead of damaging your items as you use them, if you swing it manually rather than using the button, they don't break. Oh, you destroy yourself, but you'd save yourself so much time rebuilding weapons.
Wow, you're really good with your hands.
Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft on the Wii.
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird what's happening with the Wii U because I don't get it. Because I know with Sony with the Vita, it's only outselling the Wii U by like 1 million. Like I think the Vita's floating 4 point something million and the Wii U's 3.45 or something. The Vita's got one of the highest I think the highest attach rate ever for any gaming device. Because the library, it's really big now, but people that owned
I
it
don't know
were...
if I'd call it big. It's growing, but it's still not.
There's
I mean,
like 900 games on the Vita.
But you're counting like all the
There's
PS
100. There's like
minis and
there's
stuff
like
that, right?
150 Vita only games.
Really,
There's
that many?
there's 700
Like
PS
actual cartridge
There's like
games, or?
no. Well, a lot of them are digital.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But there's like 700 PSP games you could play, and then like another 150.
Well, then there's a huge library
of
for
the
the Wii U as
minis
well,
and
because
the-
you play every Wii game on the Wii U.
Okay, it's totally missing the point here. People were so starved for games that they were buying whatever was coming out.
Yeah, that's
And they
true.
were enjoying it. I don't understand why the Wii U is not sharing in that success. You assume the 3.5 million people out there that own a Wii U, every time a title comes out, they would just be so starved for a game that they would go out and buy it, and it should have a really high attach rate. But people that bought the Wii U have like one game, two games.
It's because so far most of the games have not been great. Whereas the Vita games I think are higher quality than the Wii U so far. With the exception of Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 is pretty good. I bought Game & Wario. It was okay. But it wasn't that great. And it wasn't... It should have been a digital $20 game.
At least it wasn't 60.
No, it wasn't 60.
40, I
That's
believe.
true. It was 40, yeah. But Zombie U was okay. But like it was only okay because it was like the only decent game at launch besides Mario. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
More news!
Horse.
We're going back to Plants vs. Zombies 2. They've already downloaded free 16 million units. Wait, what the hell? I wasn't paying any fucking attention when I was writing this. It was this morning.
And
Anyway,
it shows.
yeah. Anyway, I did this at 9 a.m. this morning when I woke up, so this is why it's awful. Basically, they have 16 million sales since it's free in only 10 days. Not counting today, which is probably another few million.
That
Yeah,
actually
but
seems kind of low to me.
They've got 2 from me.
That's
Is it on iPhone and iPad, or is it just iPad?
It's on both. It's on every.
Does it get Android yet? It hasn't Android yet, has it?
iOS.
Yeah, just
only.
iOS. See, that seems low for me, because there's a lot of iPads out there.
A lot of people just download free. Like I do it all the time off Steam. I download game. I'm ooh, free game, free to play, nice. Download. Never fucking touch the thing. Doesn't mean anybody's playing it.
No, that's true. But it's Plants vs.
Or a lot of
Zombies
people play it for this. I think will do well.
too. Yeah.
Or you could have a game that is free to play that people play for 5 minutes and they're like, well, I didn't spend anything on it, so fuck it.
Yeah, that's true.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far.
I played a couple levels into Egypt, and I do like it. I just haven't had a lot of time to play anything. I want to try as much as I can in the short time I've had.
I'm also sure that probably, one of every 4 of these people paid some kind of money
No.
at some point.
Is it that
Less
many?
than-
I think it's like 1 out of 10, maybe.
No, the game has a ridiculous learning curve and
Does it?
difficulty curve.
Okay.
Yes. So
It
I
just-
guarantee
that was a
I
number.
just got the fertilizer.
even if
whatever.
it was $1, people have bought shit in this game.
That's what I was saying. Like I was just making up a number right there. I was saying even if 1 in 4 actually buy something, that's
Because
$1 or $2
aren't there
towards
stats
them.
on the average number of people who actually give money for free to play? Isn't
Yeah,
that
it's
a fairly
there
low
is
percentage?
less. I think it's less than 1 out of 10.
Yeah, but with this,
World
I mean,
of Tanks is doing fantastic there.
Well, because what happens is they call them whales. People who come in and spend a lot on the game kind of offset all the people who don't spend anything.
yeah.
World of Tanks
I
is
just-
1 out of 4.
It's like
That's why I will. Yeah,
That's good.
they're really
That's
good.
really good.
I think they're all still feeling it out because okay, you got that 1 out of 10 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to give it for free to 1 million people and have 100,000 spend some money in your game, or
I guess it
just
depends
sell 400,000 copies at $60 a piece?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know the numbers. Apparently, the numbers are panning out because they keep doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to last or not.
Is that an explosion?
Jason's house is haunted.
We're going to war.
I'll mess you up, ghosts.
It's the Reapers.
I'll be right behind
Finally
Tony
made it.
watching his ass get kicked.
See you later, Tony. Keep him distracted.
Well, we all get away.
What was that? Distract? Ah,
His noble sacrifice will not be forgotten.
let's run. In out that window. More news!
More news.
I was hoping for that. EA Origin introduced refunds on all its games, actually. So, literally, there's something you buy from Origin. If you have 24 hours to play it and hate it, you can return it for a full value back, which is awesome.
I like this. I was in the store, your store, Tony, when Jay was getting reamed by a customer. I should put reamed in quotes because Jay doesn't really care.
This will be good.
But there's a customer who's
You want to watch a
complaining.
video for this?
For the entire podcast with this. Going to war.
What is going on?
He's
Go to
preparing
war.
for the ghosts.
If you look at them, they'll stop moving. They're boos, right?
Yeah!
What do we even say again?
Whores!
Origins. Oh, yeah, he was being reamed out
There's a
by...
customer who's complaining that GameStop doesn't take returns. And this is not new for media. I think the last place that takes returns on media is bookstores.
Like on digital goods, you mean?
No, on discs at GameStop,
Like PC,
for example. But
PC
like
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
nobody's taken returns on PC stuff in a long time. When I used to work at Borders
Except...
decades ago, only not really decades. I'm not that old.
So old.
People had 2 weeks to bring stuff back, and there were people that you knew were reading the books and then bringing them back
Yeah.
because the spine would be cracked. But come on, you made it through this whole book. Come on.
I don't like it.
I read cover to cover twice, but I didn't really care for it.
Whatever.
And I made notes in the margins, but I didn't really like it. But like other
Highlighting pages and shit.
than, yeah. But other than
This
books,
page is missing.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to keep
This
that
book
one.
was awful, except for this one page.
yeah. This passage really got to me. It really made sense to me. But beyond that, CDs, DVDs have never really taken returns if they were opened, except for exchange for the same. It's the same.
Yeah,
with
if
games.
it's faulty, but you're getting the same product. Yeah.
Right. And there was a guy who was yelling at Jay because Jay wouldn't take a return on a game. And I don't know the details. Jay is semi-lenient. He's one of the few. He's of the Jim Cook generation, where if you really want to keep a customer, you'll give him an exchange every now and then. But that doesn't really happen by GameStop corporate policy. And I probably maybe not should have said anything. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But this is a good step. I do think that there should be some kind of return on digital goods in a short period of time if you don't like it. It's one thing I don't like about the iOS store. It's one thing I used to like about the Android store, but the Android store really cut back their refund time to like 15 minutes or something like that. And it used to be 24 hours or 40
Yeah,
hours.
I noticed that because I recently got a game and actually saw the refund thing. I didn't know it was even a thing because I started using Android when they switched over to probably an hour or something or whatever.
Yeah, when it first came out, it was like 24 or 48 hours. It was a good deal. You're like, if you don't like it, you can refund it. And I did a few times. There's some things I kept. I didn't refund everything I bought, but
You
they cut it
refunded
back.
everything.
I still have stuff licensed for Android. I really wouldn't mind using. But on iOS, there's no refunds unless you really, really fight with Apple. Occasionally, they'll give them out. But it's a lot of work and usually not worth it because it's 99 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that there should be some sort of refund for games. I'm sorry. If someone puts out a crappy product, you should be able to say, this product sucks. I'm not giving you my money. Give it back. Within a reasonable period of time.
I would love Steam to start doing this, if anything. Just because there is, I have like 100 and some games in my
I think they have to
library,
exclude
and
Steam
there's.
sales because they're so low to begin with.
Yeah, well, I would
Yeah.
be okay getting it back. I just don't want it in my library for some of them.
Well, you can just delete it from your library.
Mm,
You won't
well,
get money back. But can't you delete stuff from your
No,
library?
it'll
Really?
stay on that list forever.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never tried it. I just
Like when you delete local content, that's the most you can do, but that's just uninstalling it.
Can you just show only installed games?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
But it's when, I go down the list, like, oh, I don't want to play, I don't know what I want to do, and it's scroll through a whole freaking list that keeps growing year after year.
Yeah. But yeah, mine's pretty low and it's in the hundreds.
Give me heck, if they do that trade-in thing, it'd be amazing, but
I have
I doubt
5.
they'll ever do that.
Really? That's it?
I
5.
have a shit ton.
Yeah.
I never
5.
fucking play.
And that's on the Mac side of Steam. If you go to the PC side of Steam, I have like 50 more games.
Wait. Here.
I got like 80 or 90.
Half-Life,
Uh-huh.
Team Fortress,
He got the
Left 4 Dead.
Counter-Strike.
Valve complete pack.
Day of Defeat,
Uh-huh.
and Ricochet.
Really? So just the Valve pack and that's it? You didn't even get Portal out of that?
No.
Portal was free when it came out.
This was pre-Portal.
Oh,
that I-
so before the Mac version then.
Yeah.
Because when the Mac version of Steam came out, Portal was free.
Yeah.
Free.
I have the original Day of Defeat. Okay.
Not even Source.
The original Counter
Got
Strike.
1.6, yo.
Counter-Strike.
Haven't even upgraded. It's still 1.5. More news!
Horse!
Killer Instincts characters will be $5 each, and through 2 other packs that you can buy, one being for $20, you will get all 8 characters. It's kind of like one of those 6 now, 2 when they come available. Otherwise, for $40, you can get those same 8 characters, some accessories, costumes, and the original game. Digitally, of course.
I think the only real question left for Killer Instinct is how well it will be balanced.
Yeah.
The fact that they're adding characters later on, and that it seems like they're not finished, makes me a little concerned for balance issues.
I don't know. Is it really that they're not finished, or are they just...
Well, if you're buying,
withholding content?
if they're withholding content...
DLCing it.
Sorry, fighting games, they're giving you 6 characters at launch. It's not done.
It's also free.
Yeah.
It's 1 character is free. Isn't
Day
it?
one Xbox Ones get 2 characters.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2
That's
characters.
second character.
That's
baby.
us.
Best.
2 characters. That's twice as many
And
as
that's
the 1
fine
character.
That's fine for free. But it's been years since a fighting
brilliant.
game came out with less than like 12 or 15
I'm good at math.
Even
2 is twice as much as 1.
You're right. You're getting double.
Did you go to Chicago public school?
Jiggling your legs.
It's like a 75%
That's
bonus.
my leg.
That is 75% more characters.
Oh, shit.
Chicago schools for
CPS,
ya.
good old CPS. I did not go to CPS.
I know you
I
did.
didn't either.
I love that they're doing this with this game because
I think that trying this out is fine. I just think that if they're putting out a fighting game with 6 characters at launch, it's not done. That's bad. I'm sorry. That's not enough.
Let me ask
Do you think
you,
they're
let
going
me
to cap
ask-
it at 8, though?
Hold on.
No, they won't cap it at 8. They'll keep going.
Let me. When was the last time that you bought a fighting game that didn't get numerous patches for balance?
Oh, it'll never happen anymore. But they can still patch it and have those characters in it.
Yeah.
I just think that because they're only putting 6
I don't
at
think
launch, it's not done.
the reason completely
6 is too little.
Yeah.
I agree with Brian.
Even Street Fighter 2
I'm not
had
debating. I'm not
eight.
debating 6
Yeah.
is too small. But
Yeah.
what I am saying is, fighting games with the occasional gem are no longer worth $60.
I can kind of get behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think taking the steps that they're taking to put this out free and charging $5 again. If you don't want to go, if you want to go a la carte and just have a couple characters that you want, that's awesome. Because I'll use Injustice as a prime example.
Injustice.
Okay. I never ever play as Ares, as Wonder Woman, as half these
I'm
characters unless they force me to in the story or for challenges.
I'm Batman.
I don't even use Batman's not my main character.
I haven't played through a fighting game with every character since like Killer Instinct 2.
Yeah.
I totally get where you're going with
So
that. Yeah.
I love the idea behind this and the fact that it's essentially free.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with the model, and I like that they're offering a buy everything package for a reasonable amount of money. That's great. I am all for that particular side of it.
It's basically a $20 game, right?
Yeah. It
Or
just
40 if
it
you
just
want.
feels
really
to me
want.
like.
But you're getting a second game.
But even
with
like
the-
there are indie games that have come out that have had more. Like
Yeah.
Skullgirls had like 8 or 12 characters, and it was $15. Now, granted, it had problems at launch.
And it probably didn't look as it's not going to look as good
Skullgirls?
as
For an indie game, it's a very well drawn 2D
Yeah.
fighter.
But I'm saying it's not going to look as good as what they're putting out.
Depends on this. Well, it's going to be.
Bloom effects everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. It will
Can't
probably
see.
From a technical standpoint, it will probably look very good. Whether that actually looks good in terms of design and style, I'd like to see it in person. I've not seen it in motion.
I am.
Does it look good or does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very reminiscent of Street Fighter 4. Characters are larger, they take up more space on the screen, more flash, more flare.
Yeah, and like I said, they could knock one out of the park. 6 characters seems too small to me at launch. That to me says it's not done. That's all.
I just think they're going to DLC it where they want to get you first.
Well, that's
if
fine.
can.
They should DLC it, but they should introduce it with more. Because when the game comes out and there's only 6 people to fight against as well, even if you buy
It's
just one
gonna
character, it's going to get old.
You got maybe a half
real
hour
quick.
before you see all of them.
Yeah, it's going to get old real quick. You can play through a fighting game in a half hour, but usually there's enough variety of characters that you don't fight every character every time. If there's only 6 characters, you're going to fight every character every time.
Yeah.
it's gonna get old real quick.
More horse.
Unless those two characters come out really soon.
Yeah.
And even then, they still need more. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I already, they have the 6. I know those are already ready to go, 100%. I don't see them taking 3-4 months to release 2 more characters. I would see them probably within the first month. I would see that.
That might be okay,
Yeah.
but people will lose interest fast because there's only 6
Oh, yeah.
characters.
But when you got nothing to play on your Xbox One,
That could be.
yeah,
That could be.
More news!
more whores.
Anything for that? Steve Ballmer's going to retire the next year. What the heck do you think about that?
Who?
Good for him.
CEO of Microsoft.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's time.
the
The old-
stocks went up because he announced his retirement.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He has not been the worst manager of all time, and I think he's willing to play the doofus. If you ever see some of the videos of him online being a total goofball, I don't think he's that much of a goofus, but it's possible he is.
You do not get to run a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Well,
if you
he
don't
was
know
high,
what you're
he was Bill Gates' high school buddy. The whole reason he's running that company is because he was there from the beginning.
He would have bankrupted by now if he was truly a moron. You just
No.
I don't know. You just don't get to run a company that big, just not knowing anything.
I'm not saying he doesn't know anything, but if you've ever seen videos of him on stage,
He could play the idiot.
he could be playing the idiot. But if he's not playing the, I also wouldn't be surprised if he's not. I don't think that he's been the worst leader of the company. I mean, the company has stayed together, but there have been a lot of complaints about the management at Microsoft.
The old
last few
guard
years.
is almost all gone now.
Yeah.
After Gates retired,
Well,
with
and
him
there
leaving.
have been
and-
some questionable management decisions at Microsoft for a while. Like they had this like it was like an 80-20 plan or a 90-10 plan, where the bottom 10% of all performing employees were always fired, even if they were still acceptable performance.
That
they had
sucks.
to pick people to remove, which is a very bad management.
That's a
technique.
very bad. Is that still going on?
No, that's over.
Okay.
But that was under his watch.
That's
So
awful.
that's a bad management technique, and that's part of why there were so many problems at Microsoft for a while. They've started to get things back together. They're starting to unify things, and we'll see how that works. But I do think it's time for a big changing of the guard at that company.
I think Microsoft's in a lot of trouble.
I think
in
it,
general.
well,
It's sad because the Xbox division started off as like a little fucking side project,
Mm-hmm.
and I think more or less with Windows becoming less and less needed
Mm-hmm.
as the days go on, with other operating systems being able to take over. I use I forget exactly what it's called, like Office Suite or something on my Android.
Mm-hmm.
It is so close to Microsoft's Office that
oh yeah, I mean,
It's
there's free solutions to
And it's
to
free.
Open Office.
The
Open
only
Office
reason people
is
use
awesome.
Office is here's what's keeping Microsoft going: Xbox, business, their business to
business. That's it.
That's it.
Because fucking Zune's a joke.
Yeah.
Their fucking
Windows Phone.
their tablets are a joke. Their phones are a joke.
Well, the
Like-
Surface Pro is getting good
Very
press from the art
expensive
community. Well, it's a grand.
Android
it's
and
not the worst.
iOS are like
was
96%
Pro.
of the market.
Yeah, well, that's the more expensive model
Yeah.
of the two, though. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's artists like it because it's basically a Cintiq at half the price. So, but
I
beyond
don't know.
that,
I
yeah.
just like if the Xbox One actually bombs, which I don't think it will. I think they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think PS4 is gonna I don't think it's gonna be as close as this generation where they've been like neck and neck, like
Well, they were
71,
in the
72, 73. So Xbox had a
Yeah.
year head start.
But even the first couple years of the PS3 were really rocky.
Yeah,
It
and
was
then
so expensive.
so I
Yeah.
think PS4 is going to decisively win this next generation, but Xbox should sell enough where it's a profitable division. But if it bombs, where everybody's just like, screw them, we know they changed all their policies, but the fact that they were even thinking this,
That's
just
what
screw
they're
it.
trying, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like they sell 15 million of these things. You know what I mean? Like GameCube numbers. Microsoft's got a shitload of money in the bank, but I don't know what they're going to do. They're like losing trust on all fronts. Like people don't want to buy their crap anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, they're just the de facto standard for PC still, and it's going to be the case for a while. That's the only thing keeping them going at the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah, the businesses
Keep
are
open.
still all running. Well, I should say
Wow.
all, but there's like a ton of them who are still on like the legacy, like
Well,
you know,
that's where they shot
98.
themselves in the foot. Microsoft was so big on legacy stuff to the point where, and this is not necessarily Microsoft's fault. I should say that. There are a lot of companies like banks and major corporations that are so stuck in legacy hardware, they can't cheaply upgrade.
What's
Exactly.
legacy hardware? What are you
Like
talking
Old
Windows
school shit, like
98,
Windows 98, 95.
Oh, every
XP at this
corporation
point
does
Yeah.
even.
Sears still
XP
runs.
is starting to become legacy.
Sears and Roebuck still runs on Excel.
Yeah.
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 They're just
So that's what
there's
it
no
does.
reason to upgrade because
Well-
it does what they need it to.
We talked about this, didn't we?
I don't know about on air. I can't remember.
No, we did. Yeah.
My sister works for corporate.
Yeah,
so
I didn't mean
still-
to cut you off, but
Yeah,
I
no,
was
they're
like,
still-
wait, this sounds familiar.
They're still on
the,
Excel.
the school district that I worked for up until last year is still using AS400, which is an old school type of server. If you go to the state of Illinois, I guarantee you they're running mainframes somewhere still. Guarantee it. It's sad, and we need to get out of that. And that's one place where I think Microsoft could focus on finding a way to transition. And I don't
Finding
think
a
they're-
cheap way to have
transition
people
out of that.
upgrade or
Yeah.
something.
And
That'd
I
be
don't
really
think they've
nice.
done- I don't think they've done a good job of that.
GameStop just got off of DOS, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And that was because they merged with EB and
Yeah,
did
they
their
used EB's
operating
POS,
system.
yeah.
Man, I'm trying to remember what it used to look like.
Oh, fucking green.
'Cause I
Dude,
was there.
I
Green.
was awesome. I had stuff memorized. I could navigate without even looking at the screen because everything was commands.
It had to be longer than that. Then it was.
It was all
over
F
5
keys
years.
and numbers. That was it.
No, what year
Oh wait,
did
no,
the-
wait, no. Then yes.
What
then,
year did the merge go through?
2005.
2005.
But because remember that
POS
stupid
didn't roll
email
out to 2006
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that stupid email we got when they merged
Uh-huh.
about Magneto and the X-Men and how they joined? Oh, it was the worst.
Yeah.
It was. So
And then Laz
ridiculous.
called us. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the call. We got the call from the local AB. Like, hey, buddy, we're friends now. We're like, fuck you.
Yeah. They're like, who cares, dude? Click. Yeah. I'd have to see if I printed that out and kept that. I love that. They literally sent an email to all their employees like, why are we merging with EB? Aren't they the enemy?
Yeah.
And they're like, do you remember when Professor Xavier joined up with the or when Magneto joined up with the X-Men to fight for the greater good? Well, that's what we're doing here. I was like, fuck you guys.
Really quick, the last year that I was there for the holiday manager conference, it was Best Buy was the Death Star, and it was us. We were the rebels taking down the. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
GameStop.
Hey, it worked. It worked, damn
when I
it.
think evil companies, I think Best Buy. What?
Well, they
Walmart.
used to be. Now they're kind of joke. Walmart.
We're the rebels.
Walmart's pretty bad.
Use the Force. Fucking idiots.
Anyway.
More news.
Force.
We're gonna keep going with this whole company Big Three thing. Nintendo killed off.
Awful segue.
No, I know. I
Just
know.
wretched.
I
It's okay, Mark.
You tried.
It's okay. It's valiant.
don't give a shit. I'm gonna go home.
Hey, Tony was
We've only
drunk.
done this 80
Tony
times.
was drunk this morning or yesterday morning, and still got more accomplished drunk.
Yeah, right.
What did you do?
No, it's all from the morning.
He's sending out drunk emails, sounding all professional. Here's my phone number. Call me. Wow.
I was
Huffing what?
no. I hadn't been drinking for 3 hours at that point.
30 minutes.
I'd stopped around 4:50 a.m.
You texted me at 5:30.
Yeah, and then I sent them out at 7 something. I could always send drunk shit to you. That doesn't matter.
Either way, Nintendo killed the Kickstarter for a Metroid fan film this week.
Good.
Why is that good?
I'm a big Metroid fan, but I don't see it working in any other medium besides gaming.
Here's why it's good. Okay, is because instead of approaching the company that owns everything, they decided they were going to by themselves take this to Kickstarter. And if you read into the Kickstarter, they were asking for like 10 grand
Something like that, yeah.
to pay them to make the movie. It wasn't all just production cost. They were taking money from it also for compensation for making it. There's rule number
10
one.
grand?
Yeah, when you're making
It's
any
gonna be
type
a
of
terrible movie.
when you're making any type of fan film, okay,
Yeah.
you do it because you want to.
Right.
You don't make profit off
No.
of it, okay? And that is ultimately what killed it. Is they were trying to turn a profit off of something that they didn't own the intellectual property for.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be like, you know, Mark, you own Batman, and I'm gonna go out and try to market Batman and make
I'm gonna
money off
sue
of
his
it.
ass.
That's the whole point. But like, you know, in actuality, 99% of fan fiction and fan games and things like that. What was it? The Dragon Quest game, Dragon Warrior. It was a fan game that they actually the company said, go ahead, we're approving of this. We're
Yeah.
gonna help you do it. if you go to them and you propose something and ask for permission, 9 times out of 10,
And
Not with
Nintendo does
Nintendo.
allow it as long as you don't try to make money.
Nintendo will allow it as long as you don't try to make money.
I doubt
Look
that.
at look
I
at the
don't think
Zelda,
that's true.
all the Zelda fans.
Nintendo's notorious.
As soon as you try
For
to turn
shutting
a product,
everything
as soon
down.
as you try to turn a
Would you
no.
rather have them straight up tell you no and then end it, or you go through the process of putting it up on Kickstarter, getting these people who are actually donating money?
How the
for it?
fuck do you just email somebody who's high enough at Nintendo to get a response? I don't think it's
If
as
you know, if
easy
you
as...
contact PR with a legitimate thing, they will pass it up.
I don't know. Sounds like the same amount of work to me.
Reggie at Nintendo.com.
Yeah.
Done.
Can I
But-
do this? Hey, Regmeister.
But Nintendo, like, yeah, they had their
They
recent
fired the
snafu
previous
with-
Reggie
with,
when he
with
got in.
blocking Let's Play and stuff like that.
Need your email.
But in general, like, there are lots of mods out there that Nintendo has never come down on. There are tons of Zelda and Metroid mods.
The
They're
Super
still
Mario.
Super Mario
what was that one?
Frustration.
No, but that
That's
one that
one
I
of
was
them.
showing you, Tony, with all the different Nintendo
You can play like
characters.
Super Mario crossover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fine with that.
Yeah.
They're fine with that because they're not trying to make any money off of it.
Right.
The second you try to dip into somebody else's pocket, they're going to have a problem with it.
I
Plain
can
and
hear
simple. Hey guys, we're going to make Avengers 4.
I mean, if we find out tomorrow,
Tony, you're
somebody's-
Iron Man.
Somebody's also has a full
Ryan,
compatible
you're the
podcast
Hulk.
where they make 10 grand off of it. We're gonna take those bitches down.
You have to
See,
see
now,
what
I
the
don't
secret
think
is.
I don't think it's the same
I'm always
concept.
mildly perturbed.
The workaround is if they would have done a parody.
I just I don't think it's the same. I don't know. Like, it's different if they were like trying
They
to.
also might have been covering their ass
If they-
for costs as
well,
well.
there is that as well.
That's
yeah.
what they said, that it was all going to go to production. I don't know.
I mean, 10 grand.
It's like it'd be different if they were like, hey, we're trying to make a fan game, but like Nintendo's not making a Metroid movie, and more than likely this thing was probably going to turn out like
Someone
shit.
did license the rights to Metroid. I think it was like John Woo or someone like
Are
that.
they doing
Someone-
anything with it?
No, but they had the rights
They
to
usually
it.
have
what
like
I'm saying.
15
I don't
years
know.
to do something with
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. It's just I don't care too much, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't think it's as black and white as we're making it seem right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nintendo wants anyone making movies after Super Mario Brothers. And B, yeah, no, someone, I don't know if they still have it, but someone did option the rights to Metroid years ago.
Yeah.
Around the time of Metroid Prime, someone bought the rights to the movie rights.
Yeah.
Sure.
'Cause there was a whole big thing for all that. There's going to be a Metroid movie, and then nothing ever happened.
It's gone.
It's good.
Moving on.
Horse!
Gamescom hit 340,000 people.
That's a lot of
Like,
people.
punched them in their fucking turkey necks.
It is up.
Is it a public conference, or is it just
Yeah.
developers? Okay.
No, it's public. This is very much.
It's Europe's
for-
E3.
Yeah. And as the joke I made coming over, that is 23% more penises than there were there last year.
Because it's probably all dudes. Yeah. No, I think a lot of this has to do, of course, with the new consoles coming up. And last year, if you recall, Microsoft and Nintendo opted out of Gamescom. So it was Sony and publishers. And they still pulled like 200 and some odd thousand people. This year, Microsoft came back to Gamescom. Nintendo still wasn't there, but whatever.
What do they have to show?
Yeah. But, you know, and there's new consoles coming out very soon, and everybody was there. It's a big fucking year for the industry. I don't remember this in my whole life. Because even back when new generations approached back in the day, everything was still spread out quite a bit. Like,
Well,
just
and there-
look at last gen. It was 05 360, 06 was Wii and PS3. And if you go back even further, like, think back the generation before that. Dreamcast came out in 98 in Japan, 99 in America, 2000...
PlayStation 2000. Yeah, PlayStation 2 was 2000. And 2001.
No,
was
2001.
2001.
No,
2000.
It was like the end of 2000.
Okay, maybe.
But it was very hard to get your hands
And
on
then,
the first 6 months.
And GameCube was
2001.
toward the latter too.
It was
That's
like
what I'm saying.
September or
It's like
October,
four
yeah.
straight, like a whole generation took 4 years to roll out. There's never been anything like this where
They're all
we're talking
out in 1 year.
a week or two away from each other. And if you bring the Wii U into, then 9
that's what
months.
it's- yeah.
Then 9
Yes, I
months.
know it was 2000 because I was a cable guy when it came out. And I
He's
remember
right.
seeing it in someone's
Yeah.
house and getting pissed that they had a PS3, PS2.
So, and you go back.
It was actually March 4th, 2000.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's never been like this, where it's just like seriously, like 7 or 8 days might separate these consoles. That's
Yeah.
fucking nuts. The
It's
two
a
biggest
It's
launches.
much tighter competition this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
So
And I think they're both going to see lower numbers because of it. Because there's going to be a lot of people who won by one this time and one later on.
Mark, how many more you got?
1.
Okay. So do you got the thing about dude from Sony falling asleep?
Shuhei Yoshida. Shuhei Yoshida fell asleep during a panel. He was that guy's the coolest fucking. I don't know what he is.
I
The
know his
CEO.
name. What is he? What is
I don't know.
Shuhei Yoshida. He basically runs PlayStation.
I don't know, but he's straight up doing one of these.
This is the same guy who like created all those bashes at
here's how you
Microsoft.
share a
Like
game.
here's how you
okay.
share a game on the PS4. He's like the coolest figurehead for the big three. They're like their publicist guy.
Yeah, he's.
And this guy, like, he's at a live panel, and just like Jason said, he's like fucking nodding off like this. And he passed out for like 30 seconds at one point, just straight up fell asleep and had to like shake it off and shit. That guy's the man.
There are stories of someone at Nintendo, and I can't recall who it was, having narcolepsy. It was in the early days of Nintendo. He kept falling asleep when they were doing stuff. And I can't
It's
remember who it was.
he's at Yosep, I think.
Yeah, USP. I just pulled up his Twitter.
Yeah, I follow him.
Shuhei
He's
Yoshida. I'm like, oh,
fucking
this guy.
funny.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
dude.
Mark, you got that one?
Sales?
Yeah.
I know off the top of my head.
So why are we not talking about that one?
Tomb Raider hit 4 million sales.
Surpassed 4 million.
It
Hit
deserves it.
It hit the crap
a
out
great
of
game.
it.
More.
Knocked the
It's a great
living
game, but
shit out of it.
People, they still said it didn't make enough,
It blows my mind.
but it merited a second. They're making
It's such a good game.
confirmed. They're making a sequel for the next gen.
That's good. It's such a good game.
Crystal Dynamics is what's keeping fucking.
Squeenix. No, it's Squeenix.
It's Eidos. It's Eidos keeping them.
Yeah.
But
Squeenix,
Crystal
that's awesome.
Dynamics.
I love that.
Squeenix.
You've never heard that before?
Yeah, I have, but hearing it out loud,
Yeah.
it's so much better than reading it.
Squeenix.
Yeah. No, they're a sad tale. But that game deserves so much more success than it's had.
It's a great fucking game. Go
It
play
is.
Tomb Raider.
It is one of my top 3 of the year.
Get a new voice actor.
Me too.
No, what are you talking
That
about?
chick
She's
was
awesome.
awesome.
Why,
Oh,
just
I love
because-
her.
I didn't like that. I usually like accents. I really
She,
don't like
but
that
but
accent.
Laura
She
Croft
is European.
is English.
I know, I'm fine with that. I don't like her accent.
Fucker, speak American.
No, I'm not asking for American.
If you want a weird accent, the girl from Walking Dead, Lauren Cohan,
She's got a nice accent.
she has like this mishmash accent. This
I
girl is
literally like
consistent.
And she is ridiculously hot in
Oh,
real
she's
life.
gorgeous.
The Tomb Raider chick, because
Yes.
she's in
I've seen her,
Californication.
yeah.
She's on
so
she's on
hot.
that show Grey's Anatomy now. My friend
So
Mary watches
hot.
that all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's literally.
She's in the later seasons.
I
Yeah.
literally like and love like accents, and I kind of hated hers for somehow. And
I
usually
think-
English accents, I'm
I think as
completely
punishment,
okay
Mark needs to do double news next week.
with. Double news. The hell is
Double
news?
news.
Double stuff.
6 hours of news.
Just cry.
All by yourself.
We're not even
So
here.
that's some cool
We're not even
shit,
here
guys.
to like offer support.
They're out of McDonald's still. Who takes 6 hours to freaking eat McDonald's?
I think this guy's
probably
bailed
dead.
on me.
They're probably dead because you can't spend that long at a McDonald's.
No
All
loitering.
right.
Last news story. There's no lawsuit that I found this week.
Horse!
That was admirable.
Damn it.
The Vita price cuts and memory card.
Finally.
Cut.
I had a bit of a discussion about this on another site, and I would reiterate, $200 is a good price for the Vita. The problem is that the memory cards are still way too expensive and too small.
They are too small.
$80 for 32 gigs. That's the dropped price.
So it was only $10. No, that was a $20 price drop.
On our private chat that we have, I sent the picture of the price cut to Tony, and he sounded like even in his text, I could read it. The excitement in his voice. So you getting one? And I'm like, no.
It's true, it happened.
Yeah.
It's true. I thought he was finally getting. I'm like, yes, someone to play with.
Yeah,
just like,
so
no.
$200 I think is a
It's
fair price.
so good though.
It is a good. Well,
The Vita's one of those things I think people don't comprehend until they, because
you've got to buy that grip case.
Sony does
make it
a
easier to
horrific
handle, but
job of explaining how good their shit is. It's the same thing with PlayStation Plus. I think it's like the most eye-opening experience. People just don't get it. Then the second you become a member, it like hits you like a ton. Like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel a Vita is. I think like people just need to play with it for a week, and they'd be like, "This thing is awesome.
Hey Tony,
If I can.
let me borrow it for a week.
If I can,
You'll love it, dude."
I will explain my reasoning. I can't speak for anybody else, but for myself. Okay. Currently, I work part-time.
Naturally,
Okay. My other part-time job is this.
you know.
I have a library of over 300 games combined between my PlayStation, my Xbox, my emulators that Brian gave me, my retro game systems that I don't play. I've got shit that I have never touched.
I'm the same way. I'm the same
Okay.
way.
I don't have room for a handheld. There's absolutely zero
My
room.
handheld
I
has
don't.
two games.
I would never
Mine has
ever.
3.
It can have the greatest games out of this generation, and I wouldn't touch it because I don't have time for it. That's the legit. I'm not discrediting the quality of the system or the product that they put out.
Yeah.
I just don't have to. The second that I got my phone, and I know this sounds horrible, I traded in my DS because I'm not
Just
going to
done
touch it.
with handhelds, yeah.
Exactly. I'm not going to touch it.
I was done with handhelds until the Vita got announced because the PSP was the last straw because I hated half those games only having a single analog stick. Second, the Vita got announced. It's the handheld I've wanted since I was a little kid. I never understood why it was so hard, like why they would only put a D-pad or 2 buttons on it, or like, it fucking blew me away. Or like why Nintendo took till 97 to include color. Like I just every handheld that came out.
Well, I can tell you why that was. That was the Mulan battery.
But
life.
every
But
single handheld that came out, it blew me away how dumb it was since the Nomad. The Nomad was the last great handheld. I think everything.
See,
there was like
it
different
great
variations. And like,
capability-wise, but that thing sucked up batteries like crazy.
I don't care about battery life. I was playing plugged into a wall most of the time.
Well, it's not very portable.
I'm not talking about the portable. The
He's
thing,
living on it.
the
He's
thing
living
was
on it.
like
He
the
doesn't
thing
take
was
his-
like this.
He barely
The Nomad
takes his-
wasn't portable. If that thing had a 3-day battery
I mean,
life,
the thing with
the
the
thing
Game
was not
Boy,
portable.
The thing with the Game Boys is that you could put 4 batteries and later 2 batteries in them, and it would last you like 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah.
You could play it on the vacation, like the whole ride there and back.
But
That was what was great
the whole
about
thing
them.
was they just like they always were like they felt wrong. I have like decent sized hands. Nothing ever fit. Nothing like I hated all of them. I bought a ton of them, but just they all sucked.
Game Boy SP?
And I didn't understand why
That was my
somebody
favorite.
the which one?
Game Boy Advance
SP was
SP?
my favorite handheld.
Yeah.
That was
Still
fun.
is.
I didn't understand why somebody didn't just take the time and make a better fucking handheld. And someone finally did, and nobody cares. It's like the saddest thing ever.
Well, with the Vita, it's
Sad
because
Hulk music.
It's because mobiles are eating up that space in a lot of ways. Mobile, like phones and stuff like that. And they're not perfect replacements for a game console.
I think they're
but-
awful replacements for
but-
like touchscreen. Touchscreen sucks. Your fingers are in the way. You're playing like, especially with iOS. Previous the 5, the 4 is a really small screen, and if your 2 thumbs are there, you're covering like 20% of the screen touching shit. It's
Yeah.
awful.
But
That's
for
why.
the tablet
That's why the
gamer, too.
DS was so cool. Not because of the double screen. I think second screen experiences are awful, except for the DS and the 3DS, because you get to see what's going on the top screen. You're playing. And the second screen, the bottom screen, is just a menu or touch responsive. Your fingers aren't blocking the fucking screen. That's why it's awesome. And then, like, I don't know, like, the Vita does a really good job at it too because your fingers stay off it. Everything's off the screen. And the screen's gorgeous. Finally have dual analogs. Internet is awesome on it. It's better than the PS3. I don't know. I don't get why more people don't care. And now it has games. People were making jokes the first few months. It has a ton of games and a ton are on the horizon. I don't know.
It's
It may
one of those
change.
things that I may look into eventually. But my 3DS is currently... I have 2 games on my 3DS, and it's just sitting because I basically use it for the 1 or 2 trips I take a year. That's all I do.
I play the Vita on my bed. I put like 4 or 5 hours into it every week.
Like I said,
I love the
the only
Vita.
reason that I even remotely want a 3DS is because I do want to play A Link Between Two Worlds. That's literally the
I
only
do
reason.
Smash
But is
Bros.
one game mirrored a $300 purchase
Yeah.
after tax?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Same thing for the Wii U when they announce a new Zelda title, not a fucking remake.
Yeah, but at that point, you could pick one up. You could already get them on Craigslist for like $160, $170.
I could get a DS for a lot cheaper than what it is too.
A 3DS? No, they're like $190, $180 even pre-owned on Craigslist. Those things hold their value, unless you have a buddy that's willing to sell you one. Well, there you go.
When you know the people that I know, sir.
Yeah, because I've been. I actually want a 3DS, but they're way too much money.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed it. I'm not
I got
gonna
it
go
from
back
a
into it
change
again.
jar.
We would all again. There's
paid for mine.
more than one game that I would actually play on
Well,
it.
3DS, I have about 10 games on
Yeah.
the play
So
now.
for me, it would warrant the price. But again, I don't really. The reason I haven't, I was telling you, I was going to get it for my birthday. That was a month ago. I didn't because it's like, well, I'm not really. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time. Mark, is that it for the news?
David Letterman!
All right. So I guess it's time
That
for
thing
it.
had some hang time. It was like doing one of these.
It's because the air's pointed upwards. So I guess it's time for.
All right. Oh God. Is it time for?
Did you see Brian's? That was awesome. That's right, Sammy.
G-Man.
That's Sammy. Okay, that's
Turn it off,
enough.
Sturgis.
I got him around up. It's all my fault. I did it.
Go take care of business.
I'm gonna bite you.
All right.
Bite. It's kind of retarded. Brendan Joyce.
Subby.
Go pick up your guy. Nah, I told him today I was gonna drop it off.
What is your biggest fear about the future of gaming?
Horse.
No, you can't steal my thing. That was my thing.
This is something that they're on the fucking cusp. There you go. Thank you. Of doing anyway.
I give it, then I take it away.
But they still see through it. I think there's this huge push to transform everything into the huge success that Android and iOS has seen. And they're not understanding that these numbers are so big because they're bringing new people into the fold that don't mind spending $1 or $2 on a device that they already own. And I fear this is a thing that might be happening with the Wii U. This might be explaining some of it, where the Wii U was marketed too much at that, even trying to adapt the tablet process. And those people don't care. They already have an iPad. They're not going to buy a $400 tablet that isn't even half of what the iPad is. And I think all this crap with smart glass and motion and all this shit, they're steering the industry to try to bring in these new people. And if they go too far, they're going to lose everybody because we'll all just retreat to PC and it'll cause another crash, because those people that play Candy Crush that they're making billions of dollars on and everybody's like, this is the future, aren't going to buy your $500 piece of technology.
They were the Wii
to play.
owners a generation ago.
Huh?
They were the Wii owners
Who made the attach rate 2 games a console.
Right, exactly.
And they're not going to spend $500-$600 to play Candy Crush on your television. And I think the industry's smart enough that they're just trying to do both. Because Xbox was really scaring me 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And now I saw the dedication to building the new IPs and all the new games are coming out. And I'm like, they still get it. They get that the gamers are what's going to drive this, not the few extra people that you might trick into buying this because of your Connect 2 functionality.
Because you're voodoo.
Yeah, and Sony seems like they're trying to do a little bit too much. I think they should just abandon all this other crap because they're making the exact same mistake with the PS4's camera that they did with the Move. There's no reason to get it. Microsoft's actually being smarter with this because they're forcing you to get the Kinect. The Kinect, there's no excuse for the developers not to make a Kinect, because if there's 60 million Xbox Ones, there's 60 million Kinect 2s.
I don't go too far into that.
Okay, I'll leave it at this then. I'm scared that they're going too much toward that casual, and they're going to forget about us, who are the real driving force behind the industry. And I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
What's the question again? It was
What's scaring you about the industry?
The future of gaming.
Future gaming.
I would probably share that fear. I think that the industry is too quick to jump on fads and push fads into the ground. And that's what killed gaming last time around. The Atari crash was about flooding the market with too much of the same and too much
You had
junk.
cereal companies making video games because
Yeah.
everybody wanted to get in on the money.
I enjoyed my Burger King game.
Those games were so bad. I had.
Big Bumpin'.
Big Bumpin' was awesome.
Was it really?
For $3,
I
that
didn't
game
play it.
is
I only
sick
played
fun.
Sneaking.
Hey,
It is sick fun.
Sneaking.
That game was creepy, man.
That's
was
what made it so good.
So they don't do
I
those
have
anymore.
to track that
The
down and buy
pocket,
it.
the
before-
pocket bike racer was not good. The big bumping is fun, dude.
Okay.
That is a fun game. Drunk, that shit is fun. It's like Mario Party fun. When like 3 or 4 of
I
your
don't like
buddies.
Mario Party.
No, when you're like all drunk and you're just yelling at each other because you're like screwing each other over on the mat. It's fun, dude. It's a good game.
Okay.
Whose turn was that? Who's gonna
That
go?
was me. Yeah, I skipped over Mark there.
No, that's because I didn't really have anything.
Mark
Yeah.
doesn't have anything.
No, I mean, like, looking at it, I'm not really scared about many things about it. Like, I think that for the most part, any of the fads that are going to come up are going to be just that. They're going to be fads. And there'll be some missteps in some games, and there'll be some junk, I think. But I also think, like you were saying, I think some more mobile titles will come over since they are making it so accessible to some things. So I do think some things will be kind of buried in junk. Because there's going to be one tab to find all the games, and then you have like 2 or 3 other ones. I'm mainly talking about the Xbox in this one, where, you know, it's going to have trending ones, what's new, which is just going to be a vast sea of
I guess
stuff.
If I can, before I get into mine, if I can tag up on what you were saying, Tony. my biggest problem with the mobile transition to console, if you will, is that they're trying to charge you like $40.
For a game that's $2.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't understand why Angry Birds is a $40 title. You got 300 more levels. Okay, so charge me,
$9?
$9, and I would buy it. I
think if that came out as $20, it'd been alright.
Well, Plants vs Zombies was what, 15?
20.
Was it?
Oh, like the disc version, 20.
Okay, well, I think
Yeah.
that the digital.
The
Well, they
digital
have to
version
pay
15,
for
but you got
shipping, trucking.
Yeah,
you got
But
2 other games though.
Yeah, exactly. It came
You got
with
2 other
it came
games.
with
you could
Peggle
get.
and
And
whatever.
Peggle's fucking amazing. I paid $20 for Peggle.
But that's my whole point. Like, if they do it at a budget-friendly cost, they can still make a profit on it because it takes nothing to.
Oh, they didn't spend even that much money.
That's my point. I mean, you know,
uprising everything. No,
exactly. So I mean, if they want to take advantage of the mobile market, you got to do it at the mobile prices.
because they were doing that already for like
jack it up
Roku and
$2.
stuff.
$2. Okay, I'd pay $2 for, Injustice iOS version on my console, whatever. My biggest fear in the future of gaming is my biggest fear that I have with all of technology, and it's going to become self-aware and murder everyone. We'll leave it at that.
Actually, I guess if I had another one, I would be the failure rate at launch.
Ooh, that does concern
would,
me.
That would be my only concern,
Yeah.
actually. I am actually pretty much happy with what's going on, but the failure rate of buying a day one console for me scares me. That's about it.
I have one more too. I
Greedy whore.
I have a fear because games are getting so expensive to make. You're having this. It's very similar to what's happening to the American population with the wealth in this country, where there's the middle's disappearing. Where you're either going to be an indie title, which in this metaphor is equivalent to the poor, or you're going to have your AAA, which is equivalent to the super rich in this country, because it costs so much. That's why you're hearing of stuff like Tomb Raider, because they're pumping in $100 million to make this game, and if it doesn't make $110 million, it's seen as a failure. And to sell $110 million to Tomb Raider, you need to sell millions of copies. You know what I mean? And it's scaring away the middle, and I don't know if that's going to hold true. I hope they find a way around it now that you can just put stuff digitally available. I think that's a workaround. But I'm going to miss those middle tier games. Some great examples would be like a Homefront or something like that.
Painkiller, Hell and Damnation.
Where they're not quite. Maybe you don't see yourself spending $60 on them, even though Homefront was. So I guess it was a poor example, but it's not as good and crisp and clean as like a Call of Duty or Battlefield for a military shooter. But it's obviously not a $5 fucking download game, and I feel like the studios either have to have $100 million to invest in a huge AAA game, which are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. We might, in a few years, we might only get 5 or 10 a year because of how expensive they are to make. And then 95% are going to be Dear Esther and fucking indie titles, Limbo and Fez and shit like that. And that's going to be your games. $10, $15 download game or $60 huge AAA. And there's not going to be that middle ground. Even like Saints Row is something I'd consider a middle ground. Like, yeah, it's worthy of $60, but you can't call that a AAA.
AAA. I mean, well, your terms AAA is about 4 games a year.
Now it is, which is sad. No, it's more than that. It's about 10.
Yeah, maybe around that. Maybe
We
less.
have
Maybe 20.
Yeah, well, yeah. BioShock,
Just the sporting
Tomb Raider,
games.
Last of Us.
Oh, you just count this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're going to get
sports
FIFA,
games.
Madden.
Yeah.
You're going to get COD, you're going to get Battlefield, you're going to
Yeah.
get... I
I
think
was
there's...
talking
Assassin's
sport
Creed.
games. I just
Those
consider
are
them
big,
big.
dude.
No, I know
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
FIFA's big. Madden's
was
somehow big.
Dishonored? That was last year. That would kind
Oh,
of
whatever. I'm just,
Yeah.
in between 10 and 20 a year. That's it.
Yeah.
And then everything else I fear is going to go to a $15 game. I just think it's getting hard. Like, you're not going to find a studio who just has, like, $300,000 to make a game. You either got 10,000 with 6 dudes sitting in a room hoping to make it
break
big,
even, yeah.
or you got a 400-person development studio. Everybody's got a $50,000 a year payroll, not including the CEOs and higher-ups, and you got to make $300 million just to get your money back. That's a fear of mine.
Metro Android.
So,
What's up, Metro?
So, what is your favorite monster and/or enemy from a video game?
I happen to love the wretches from Gears of War. And then the weekend, some of the best memories of Gears is the weekend where they were firing torque bows out of their mouths. Some of my best moments in
They
gaming.
never ever hit with them.
They
either.
never hit with them. Every just
in their
mouth
hand.
opens
Yeah.
and then just
But they have the torque bow in their hand, but it's not shooting from their hand.
it shoots from their mouth.
Yeah.
And I love the way they ran. They were beautifully animated. They were cool to look at, cool enemies.
Anybody?
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Tony kind of worked in his 2024 campaign in that last one.
I know, right? He's getting all fucking political on us here lately.
Tony
I'd
Talk.
say,
We really got to get that blacklist out of the way so he can get
Yeah,
off that.
Tony
That's
Talk
interesting discussion.
2024. Work my way up.
I would say Crocomire from Super Metroid. Because it was just an interesting boss battle. He's gotta basically, it's not so much about killing it as it is knocking it off a ledge and making it fall. Then it comes back and like freaks you out like 30 seconds later. It's kind of cool. It's a fun boss battle.
I've always appreciated, even though I'm not a huge fan of the series, but Pyramid Head. He was always a really
it's
good,
very interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
really good monster.
Yes. I'll allow it.
I also like the if I've got to go with one of my more current games, would be the Burmax in Gears.
Those are
'Cause
cool.
You're fighting a giant fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, those are cool.
With a rocket launcher and Gatling
Machine
gun on
guns,
its back.
I got 2. I got one serious one.
2 again.
I got a serious one, and I got a.
We're in an hour.
Well, he said
You
monster, and the true monster would be the Gears of War. The fucking
That's solid.
Ticker?
no, the big guy.
Berserker?
Berserker.
Okay.
Those are fucking awesome and hard to fight.
those
But
ones
then
that charge you
he
in the
said
eye.
monster or enemy, and one of my favorite of all time, just because of his taglines and his witty banter, is Dr. Nefarious from the Ratchet and Clank series.
Farious is good stuff.
He's so funny. And
Love the voice actor behind that. It makes it for me too.
it's just so cool listening to that guy do anything. He's the bad guy, and you like him as much as Ratchet and Clank.
I love how the secret ending at Deadlock was him. Actually, it wasn't in any part of the game, but
It was a hint because of I won't ruin it because you haven't gotten to
I can.
the next games
Yeah,
yet.
I figured.
All right. Nick Kuntz.
What's up, Nick? We haven't heard from him in weeks, have we?
He said, "What do you think about Rare wanting to resurrect some of their old properties for Connect?" That came out this past week at
They're talking like Solar Jetman or
Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know.
I don't know if it'd be Connect only
Conker's-
stuff.
Conquer
but
would be
Conker
cool with
would be
Connect if
awesome,
you can
but
whip your dick out and take a piss on things.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't know.
Mark, get on a postal mod for Connect.
Okay.
I want to whip my dick out.
I'm of the opinion that Rare did their best work some time ago, and
Don't sugarcoat it.
and
They turned into crap.
don't really care what Rare does at this point.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they came back. They did make some good games back in the day. I don't think anything on the Xbox that they did was particularly good.
No.
Cameo
It
could
was
have been
okay
awesome.
for a launch title.
It was okay, but It was in development for a long time. It was supposed to be a GameCube, or not a GameCube, but an N64 game. That's how long it was in development.
Yeah.
Or was it GameCube? One or the other.
It was pre them being purchased by Microsoft.
Yeah, it was pre being purchased by Microsoft.
The
I was never a
Banjo-Kazooie
fan of
wasn't
the
as
Banjo
good.
games. I was never a fan of the Banjo games.
I played the original.
The first one was okay, but it was
I
not
liked the first
great.
one, but after that, I couldn't get into them as much.
And I hate to say it was because they were working with Nintendo. Nintendo was such control freaks at the time with their games that they were able to get better work out of them.
Control or steer them in the right way to make a better game,
Because
which is possible.
Because they had stuff before Nintendo took them out. They were Wizards and Warriors. They did RC Pro-Am, so they had good stuff before then. But that plus Kinect means.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these old properties via Rare, they don't have. It's like watching an '80s cartoon now.
Yeah.
You have great nostalgia for them, but you go back and look at them now.
They're
You're
not
like,
that
how
great.
did I tolerate this shit?
Yeah, especially Wizards and Warriors. That game was pretty buggy.
Yeah. So.
Or that series, I should say.
Anybody? Tony?
But it did give us Fabio on a game cover.
They're bringing back the old titles on Kinect. Don't care. Not going to buy a single one. Not one.
As long as that's
What
why
about
I'm,
Conquer?
that's why I'm glad about
You buy Conquer.
about Killer
No.
Instinct.
No, I won't.
And not being done by it.
No, I
Yeah,
won't. I
that's
will
fair.
not buy a single Kinect game ever. Have never, will never.
If you
What?
if you could virtually whip your dick out using the Kinect.
I've played the Kinects.
The thing's getting plugged in once to do the day one update. It's getting thrown in a drawer. That's it. I will never ever use that fucking.
I told you we're gonna Skype once.
No,
You
we're
guys, it's like a year from now, all Tony talks about Kinect better than the Vita, better than the Vita.
Never gonna
That would be
happen.
amazing.
Never gonna happen. Bookmark this fucking episode.
And if you're wrong, you gotta pay us each $100.
You know what? You know what? I got.
No. Listen, I'm not a betting man.
I got something. We need an official FwdCompatible correspondent out there. Whoever wants to
Bullshit
volunteer.
tracker?
Yeah.
For whoever wants to volunteer, feel free, because there's way too much of this. Like when we call it out to it, somebody who gets like a piece of paper and writes all this shit out, because sometimes there's like, oh hey,
Word documents.
remind us of this episode in 30 weeks, and nobody remembers and shit goes unchecked or something like this. So somebody volunteer in the comments. You're gonna be the official FwdCompatible
Bullshit checker.
tracker
Bullshit
of
tracker.
all shit. And then when there's something to track, we'll let you know, and then we could call upon you to refresh your memory, so we don't have to go back and re-listen to entire episodes looking for that 10-second segment. Tony, no Kinect, especially not over Vita. That's your day one assignment.
All right. So we've got our Impoverished Geek question of the week. This week, Brian's got the question for us.
Hooray!
You don't have a question?
You didn't really tell them.
I forgot all about it, but I can make it up off the top of my
Jesus.
head. No, I got it already. Name the villain who causes all sorts of trouble for you. Not the final boss, but the most troublesome villain in the original Ninja Gaiden for NES.
Oh.
Because
I know
it's
this.
not the final boss.
I know this.
Yeah.
We don't know what this week's giveaway is. It'll be a surprise. We got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've been acquiring giveaways like crazy now.
Brian, just lean back for a second. See that corner over there?
Pile up. Oh, I have more shit in my car.
Yeah, you do. We don't even know what's in those.
we have mystery packages.
And we have digital items as well.
We have lots of stuff.
Yeah. So, as always, you can visit us at our official website, FwdCompatible.org. Facebook.com/FwdCompatible Podcast. Twitter is at FCompatible, FC Compatible.
You're never gonna let it go.
Oh, because I did the same thing for like the first
No, yeah.
YouTube.com/FwdCompatible. Check out our Painkiller Hell and Damnation review, which is live now. PlayStation Network and Xbox Live is FWD compatible. Skype is FwdCompatible. One word. We'll have that up soon. We are on Twitch and Ustream. Steam Community, which is run by Metro Android, is steamcommunity.com/groups/FWD compatible.
Fuck your notes.
And as always, and where we want the answer for the Impoverished Geek question of the week, is our official email address,
Tony's mailing address.
which is
Something, come
FwdCompatible at
No wolf from the dog.
gmail.com. I gotta make a jingle for Impoverished Geek. We don't have one.
Jingle.
This has been episode 80. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us. Oh shit, it's 81.
Yay! I was the only mess up.
This has been episode 81. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week. Same time. This has been episode 81, part 1. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time. Bye.
Worst ending ever.